You make your money when you buy real estate, not when you sell it. But in a Vancouver market where inventory is just hit a 16-year high, buying the wrong asset is easier than ever. Between our social platforms and the buyers that we work with every day, we've helped families and individuals successfully purchase homes. But when they first come to us, we keep hearing the same questions, which is why I originally put together a version of this for my very own clients, since these are exactly what comes up from the beginning almost of every consultation. Then I realized there are probably many other buyers wondering the same thing. So today I'm answering the most important questions buyers ask before they decide to make a move, clearly and honestly. Make sure you stay until the very end because I'll share with you one question that buyers almost never ask, even though it often makes a difference between a smooth transaction and a deal that falls apart. I'm Javita Pinto, your favorite local real estate girly. Let's dive into it. Question 1. What am I actually paying you for? Well, you're not hiring me just to unlock doors. You're hiring me to help you reduce risk and regret. My job is to help you make a good decision that still feels good 6 months after you move in, not just on offer night. That means I'm watching the things that most buyers don't know to watch out for. Building health, resale risk, what's actually negotiable, what's not, and where buyers usually get blindsided. And when you're emotional, excited, or anxious, I'm here to keep you grounded, explaining your options and helping you to make the right ones. Always tell my clients, you make your money when you are buying real estate, not necessarily when you're selling. It's important to make the right calls up front. Question number 2. What does it cost me to work with a real estate agent as a buyer? In most purchases, you don't pay me directly as the buyer. The seller pays the real estate fees, including the buyer's agent compensation, out of the proceeds of the sale. Hey friends, quick pause. I have a little favor to ask. If you're enjoying this episode so far, please consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel. If you have already subscribed, I just want to take a moment to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Question number 3. If I can find homes online, why do I need a real estate agent? So the seller pays the fee, but don't mistake free for easy. You might be thinking, Javita, I already have an app on my phone. I can see all the listings myself. Why do I need you? Well, you can absolutely find homes online. Most buyers can. But the hard part isn't finding the listings. It's knowing what you're looking at and what it actually means. A listing won't tell you why it hasn't sold, what the seller is likely to accept, what's coming up in the building, whether the quiet street is about to turn into a construction zone, or whether the strata has a history of kicking problems down the end of the road. Often, busy, active agents know most of the neighborhoods, the streets, and the buildings. The good, the great, the bad, the ugly. You're not hiring me for access alone. You're hiring me for education, for interpretation, and for insider information. Question number 4. What is the typical timeline for purchasing a home? There isn't one single timeline. It really depends on your readiness, your criteria, and the market conditions. If you're fully prepared, financing in place, clear goals, decisive, you can find and secure a home within weeks. Most buyers, though, the process takes anywhere from 30 days to 6 months from their first conversation to getting the keys. The biggest wildcard is finding the right property. Some people walk into the first or second home and know immediately. Others need to prepare, to compare, to refine and understand what feels right. Once you find the one, things move very quickly. Offers, negotiations, inspections, financing approval, and then closing typically takes anywhere from 1 month to 3 months, depending on what we've negotiated. So I always tell buyers, you can't control when the right home appears, but you can control how ready you are when it does. Being ready doesn't mean being reckless. Once you find the right property, the next question, which is question number 5, how do I know if I'm overpaying? Especially in a market that's drifting lower, this is where most buyers get stuck. The truth is, most people don't overpay because they're reckless. They overpay because they're uneducated. They don't have a clean framework for what the value is, so they start negotiating against themselves. I help you avoid overpaying by getting you really specific about understanding the comparables, true demand, and the why behind the price, and then structuring an offer for you that protects you. Sometimes the win is price, sometimes it's terms, and sometimes it's getting the home without taking on hidden risk. Question number 6, how do I know if I'm ready to buy a home? Readiness isn't just a pre-approval. It's knowing what you can afford comfortably, not just what the bank will allow you for. Being clear about your non-negotiables. Being emotionally ready to make decisions even in imperfect conditions. And having a plan for uncertainty because the process is never perfectly linear. If you're unsure, that's not a red flag. It just means that you need clarity before urgency. Question number 7, what protection do I get working with you as a buyer's agent? Once you have clarity, you then need a shield, because in real estate, protection is more than just paperwork. It's a buffer between you and chaos. It's educating you while we look for properties, writing conditions that actually protect you and don't accidentally trap you, and making sure timelines are realistic, flagging risks before you commit, advising you when to walk, not just push forward, and managing the process so you're not making decisions under panic. A truly great agent is like a buffer between you and chaos. Question number 8, what actually happens when you write an offer? This is where people underestimate the process. An accepted offer is not the finish line. It's actually the start of the most important part. When working with me, we structure a plan that's tailored to your needs. This specific stage is highly structured and time sensitive. Subjects, document review, inspection, financing, negotiations, and firm deadlines. Nothing is handled casually or loosely. I guide my clients every step of the way in a clear sequence to always know what's happening, what decisions are coming up next, and what needs to happen. This is also when nerves tend to show up. Second guessing is normal. Small details can suddenly feel very big. The value of an experienced agent is that you're not alone during this part. My role is to help keep everything organized, interpret the information, flag real risks versus pretty pillows, and make sure that you feel confident, not overwhelmed before moving forward. Question number 9, what if I change my mind or need to slow down? Then we slow down. We don't punish you for being a cautious buyer, especially when this is one of the biggest purchases of your life. And to me, it's one of the most special. In the past 10 days, we've had 3, maybe even 4 clients reconnect with us that we started talking to 2.5 years ago. We've stayed in touch, educated them along the way, and have always left that door open. Your confidence grows through reps, your criteria sharpens, and your judgment only gets better. This is about you. If you need more time, that's fine. I'd rather you buy later and feel good than buy fast and regret it. Question 10, how do I know if I'm choosing the right agent for me? Let's use a conversation with me as a case study. So here's a simple test. After we talk, do you feel calmer, clearer, and excited about the journey? Or do you feel confused or pressured? You want somebody who will tell you the truth even when it's inconvenient. Be calm under pressure. Answer your questions without making you feel silly. And be willing to say, don't buy this, even when it's needed. Chemistry matters, but so does a backbone. Bonus tip, what should buyers be asking that they usually don't? You ready? What's the risk in buying this home or in this building that I'm not seeing yet? If I needed to sell this home in 5 to 7 years, would you buy this from me? What would make you tell me not to buy this home? And how would you handle it when the deal gets shaky? Because deals don't fall apart out of nowhere. There's always a funny shift first, and experienced agents notice it. I actually did a YouTube video short on this. Check it out because it's really telling and quite interesting. If you're a buyer and you're not sure where to start, whether you're upsizing or downsizing or just starting this beautiful process, you don't need more listings. You need a framework. A great agent is going to provide you with just that. Help you get clear, protect your downside, and move when it actually makes sense for your life. If this was helpful, share it with someone who's planning a move in 2026, whether they're buying or selling. Everything I've shared comes directly from real conversations, real negotiations, and what's actually happening on the ground in today's market. If you want to talk through your own situation or anything like that, scan the QR code and book a call with me or my team. I'm Javita Pinto. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.